Hello and welcome to episode 142, where me and Lee are fresh up from Big A's. Well, not so fresh, it's a bit sweaty.
I've had a shower.
And we're on now on Paddock Lake at Todber Manor. Four of us are going to be fishing it. Paul, who's joined us, who's one of my YouTube viewers, and he has been unlucky enough to win a competition to join us in the blog.
I must have been bad in a former life, I think. But
Lee, we need no introduction to. And then we've got Jack, who's going to be catching all the fish. And then Wayne. It's been a couple of years since we've seen Wayne. Wayne, our last fish with about 2 years ago at the festival fishery. He blanked then, so hopefully he's not going to blank then. Got little Jack to help land the fish. And then of course me. None of us are actually fishing yet. We've got in our swims. We're all kind of getting kit set up at the moment.
everybody's melting.
Yeah, everyone's absolutely sweltering. So probably not the ideal conditions to be fishing, to be fair, especially if you're going for the cats like we are. But anyway, waffling now. So to some catty happens. Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Here we go then, gang. We are now fishing on Paddock. So I'm just going to show you where a couple of the other lads are that I can see. So Lee is practically opposite me in the peg I was in last year. So there's Lee over there in peg 3. And then Paul is behind him over there in peg 2. And then we can't actually see Wayne from where I am, but he is basically just the other side of this tree here in peg 7, and there's an empty peg between me and Wayne to give us a bit of space. So all 3 rods are out now. All 3 rods are fishing for the catfish. I'm not sure what all the other lads are doing exactly, whether they're all fishing for cats or carp. No doubt at some point I'll have a walk around the lake after winding in, of course, and sort of asking them all their tactics, what they're going to be doing. So now it's just the waiting game. In fact, the next tactic is to put some bait out. I'm going to put a lot of pellet out, as I did last year. Quite a bit of pellet over each rod, so I'm going to start doing that now, actually, to be fair. So then, gang, we're with Paul in his swim number 2.
Hello.
What do you think of the venue, mate? Your first time at the venue, not just this particular lake, what do you reckon?
Absolutely stunning. All the lakes look lovely, but this one in particular is it just cries out sort of fish and carp and catfish. and yeah, no, really excited to finally get me lines in. Having caught a tree earlier, even £20 line wasn't going to beat that one. But no, feels really good. This is my first long session like this, 72 hours. So I've brought the kitchen sink and I feel ready for it now.
What's your longest session you've done before this then?
24.
Oh right, so
it's linear.
So a proper long one then for you?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I would pan round the home.
Yep. Homestead for the next 72 hours.
And let's pan round the other way and actually have a look at your swim. So the nice, in fact it's a bit glary because the sun's dead ahead now. But that island in front, guys, is in like the shape of a H. So there's like an alcove this side of the lake and then an alcove the other side of the lake. So Paul has all this water to his left because we've kept swim 1 empty. So Paul can go to his left and then Wayne alternatively over that side can go to his right. There's a nice little tree line just to the right where I believe you've got a rod.
Yep, absolutely, ready for the setup for the cats.
And a rod on the point of the H just there, yeah?
Yeah, on the right hand corner there.
And then a rod down here to the left. I'm guessing by the direction the line's going.
Yeah. So many different options too.
There is in this for him, to be fair. Just saying Paul, that fir tree over there in the distance, yeah, on the edge of them branches is known to be a hot spot for the cat, so Paul definitely has options in this swim. Right then mate, hopefully we can get back to you when summer catty is happening.
Absolutely.
Guys, so it's that good old time again. Barbecue time. Oh, I've got an itchy back. As on the fishing front, it's been all quiet at the moment. In fact, I think to be fair, none of us have actually really been fishing that long. It's been such a hot day today. We've been on the lake since 12 o'clock. I think by the time we actually got gear to our swims, got set up, I think it was a bit slow motion today, wasn't it, because of the really hot weather we got at the moment.
Yeah, it's absolutely scorchy today.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a slow setup today, and I think we've all only had the rods out an hour, a couple of hours, something like that. So
plenty of carp about on the surface, but I don't think they're interested in eating.
no. Talking of carp, how are you fishing? How many for the cats and how many for the carp?
2 for the cats, 1 for the carp.
Where I've got all 3 out for the carp, for the cat, sorry. In fact, when I spoke to Paul earlier on, which is behind us, I actually forgot to ask how he's fishing, so...
How big's the carp going here?
Mid-30s. Right then guys, I'll bid you a good evening.
I've got a beer.
Oh.
It's in the cool box still.
Morning guys. Oh, everyone's just starting to wake up. Oh, Lee's awake. Yeah, no fishing tonight, but 2 o'clock this morning I had an absolutely screaming one toner on my right hand rod. And I mean absolutely one toner, absolutely belting off. got out my bivvy, picked up the rod, and then absolutely nothing there. So not sure what happened there, from a absolutely screaming one toner to nothing there. I've no idea what happened there. So anyway, it's a nice morning, a bit misty, sun's bright, probably still not the best catfishing conditions to be fair, but have some breakfast soon and then get a load more pellet out, I reckon. Right, catch you in a bit. Right, just ran my rods in for 10 minutes, just going to go and see how all the other lads have done during the night, because I see we're all quite well spread apart. Good morning.
Morning.
How was the night? Any action?
Lots of bleach, but no fish.
Oh.
Sun's bright now.
Any action, Jack? There's a bit in it. No fish to report then?
No fish.
Oh well, never mind. Let's go and see how Paul got on then. Ciao.
Ciao.
Right. Here's Paul. Already wide awake and got his morning brew on the go.
About a third. A very fitful night's sleep last night. Lots and lots of beep beep. A couple of false runs. So I was up and down literally like a fiddler's elbow last night. But it just shows that the fish are there. Just need them to get a little bit hungrier now.
Yeah.
So I've just baited up across what I call Christmas Tree Island. And after a shower in a little bit, I'm going to recast and refocus me for a
Christmas Tree Island. Yeah, I was just saying to Wayne, I had a run off we call it Christmas Tree Island now. Christmas Tree Island myself on my right hand rod last night.
Oh, right.
Well, this morning, 2 o'clock this morning. Absolutely one toner steaming run. It was just going and going and going. Picked up the rod, nothing there. So the only thing I can think of was that maybe a carp had picked up my cat rig, and where I've got such a big bait on and such a long hair, that
didn't take it in.
It was a carp that picked it up and not just the bait and not the hook. And as soon as I picked up the rod, it was just like pulling a lollipop out of a baby's mouth.
It seems almost back to front at the moment that my cat spots seem a bit carpy, and it seems to be a bit like that as well. So I'm going to have a right rethink and try something a bit different. But plenty of beeps is better than no beeps.
It is. Right.
And I haven't heard Lee yet. I didn't hear him during the night, so I think he had a quiet.
You didn't hear Lee in the night? Are you sure you did? Are you sure you didn't hear his chainsaw going in the night chopping wood?
I didn't tell you I'm a little bit deaf.
What?
Hey.
I heard Lee from over there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Chopping wood.
Yeah, I'm going to go around to his swim and see where the pile of wood is now.
I'll have a bit of kindling for the barbecue later.
Right, let's go see him, see how he's done.
See ya.
And there we are, coming up to Lee's swim.
Morning.
Morning, I've just come to get some kindling because I heard you chopping wood last night. Paul said he wants some kindling for his fire.
Piss off. Oh, you right?
Where is it? I'm sure there's going to be a big pile of wood here somewhere because I heard the chainsaw going last night.
Yeah, I did.
So, any action to report in the night?
No, just a couple of bleeps on my left hand rod, the cat rod over by the island, but apart from that, nothing on the 2 cats. You?
I did.
Did you?
Nothing captured, but on my right hand rod, fishing to Christmas Tree Island, I had an absolutely screaming one toner at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
And lifted into it and nothing there.
Was that for the cats, was it?
That, all my rods are for the
Of course
cats,
they are,
yeah.
you're not
So.
going for the carp, are you? No, very quiet night, mate. Well, for me it was anyway, not for you.
Absolutely gorgeous little lake, this one. Just 2 acres of lake perfection, in my opinion. Well, Wayne's baiting up next to the aerator. I think he's going to put obviously going to put a rod on that oxygenated water spot later on. Very good shout, to be fair. Bang. I've just come round to the empty swim to my left. I'm just basically doing a bit of carp watching. This little bay just in front of me that you can probably see here is absolutely full of carp on the surface, and so to the right of me the little bay just behind the camera. There's a little bit of land between sort of this swim and my swim, and the carp are just sunbathing. I've just taken a couple of slices of bread out of my personal food supplies, which, you know, trust me, that's a big thing. And yeah, I've just taken a couple of bits of bread, been throwing bits of bread flake at the carp that are on the surface, and yeah, they're just not taking it basically. There's absolutely carp stacked up everywhere at this end of the lake on the surface, and they're just sunbathing. I know I'm fishing for the cats, but if I was fishing for the carp, I think we'd be struggling just as much as we are as if we were fishing for the carp. So yeah, I think the fish are definitely sunbathing at the moment. I'm literally throwing bread on their heads, and they're just looking at it going like, what's that? Right, let's get back to my swim, I think. And here we go, guys. Wayne is the first person between the four of us to be into anything. Oh, if I sound out of breath, guys, it's just because I was still in that empty peg carp watching, and I got the shout to say Wayne was in. Jack came running up to say he was in. Giving you a good fight, Wayne?
Yes, mate. I'm trying to keep out of those reeds. It's getting in those reeds. Yeah, don't worry.
Yep.
Jack?
Yeah?
Just get my waders ready, mate. One angry fucker.
Is it?
It's one angry so-and-so, you mean, for the blog?
He's trying to do me in those reeds, look.
Was it on halibut pellet?
Yeah, that one was it. Come on, mate. Someone might get the net.
Where's the net?
Yeah, here's a cat.
Good man. Nice one as well. Go see my first one then. Get big tadpole thing.
Oh, it's half in, half out, bit more stretch. Oh, sorry for the shoddy camera work. Cat in the net.
Well done, boy. Well done, Wayne.
Cheers, mate. You got to have the next one then. I don't know if you would have been able.
Here we go then, gang. The first fish of the blog to Wayne, and his first ever catfish.
It's not actually that bad.
No?
That's it. If you lift it up a bit higher, Wayne. That's it. Let's zoom in on the big overgrown tadpole. How does it feel, Jack?
Slimy.
Does it feel like a big bogey? 21 pound
Put him back.
on a big
It's like you breathe.
pellet.
I'm going to get him back because it's hot.
Oh, here we go then, gang. It has been literally minutes,
Come on,
literally minutes since Wayne has put that cat back. And now Paul is in.
You might want to come down this side, Paul, and play it. Reel in as you go, mate. So it doesn't
Go on. Wow.
That's got to be a cat.
Oh, mind that bank stick. I think we could be looking at cat number 2 on the bank here, guys. On a cat rig.
Yep. Paul's got some pussy.
It's about time we had a single chap.
Trust me, when they want to go, they go.
My
Leg was that back in the way. Must be near the end of the lake now. Yeah. There's something really close to where that is. Oh, they nod their head, don't they? Might be a bream.
If this is a bream, I'll eat your hat. It's gone round the corner of the reeds, Paul. It might be worth coming down the bank this way to fight it from a different angle. Gone round the corner of the H island. Slightly different angle required. How does it feel to get beaten up by your first bit of pussy?
The legs are shaking. Oh. Trying to go right round it, so.
It is. Right then, guys, we'll leave it there because this could be a long fight. So we'll come back to when hopefully Paul has managed to get it on the bank.
Jesus Christ, I can't get it in the net. Are you supposed to get him in the net? Get in.
Yay!
Jesus Christ. That's bigger.
What? Well done, mate.
Wow.
How was that fight?
Wow, unbelievable. God knows how long
that was about,
but,
would you say that was about a 15-20 minute fight?
That's so, yeah, the longest I've ever had by a long way.
Fantastic fish. Well done.
Wow, wee.
And it's the first time Lee has handled someone else's pussy as well.
Right.
There we go then, gang. We have one, yep. We have one mean, angry cat on the bank.
Very slippery, very wet.
Let's give Paul the fight of his life.
I'm still shaking like a leaf.
His first ever cat also, like Wayne.
You might need to turn it over a bit if you can, Paul. Sorry, mate, that's awkward.
Pooped.
There they are. And cat poop does stink, by the way. You might have to put that. You might have to put a clean t-shirt on.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go. Paul's first ever cat. Was that worth the sort of 15-20 minute fight to give you?
Absolutely amazing. Buzzing. I hope my belly's not on. Just
Right, at the moment we've got it weighed at 32.5 pounds, guys, but it was in the sling, so we'll weigh the sling in a minute and give you an accurate weight of the cat when she's been returned to the deep.
absolutely blown away. Stunning fish. Beautiful condition.
New PB.
Oh, double, nearly. Let's get her back.
Yeah.
She's,
What's that all down your front, Paul? Have you been in a gay porno?
well, yes, before I came down yesterday, but I thought this was a clean t-shirt. That's Pussy Poo and Slime. 28.5 after taking the sling weight off. Absolutely buzzing, legs shaking, arms shaking. Previous best was 17.10 for a carp. Never caught a catfish before. Let's have another one, but in 20 minutes when I've got my breath back. Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Right, here we go then, guys. Here's Jack with a bit of help from his dad. He's got a cat. Here we go.
Yay.
Look at that. What a beast. And the catfishes too. We haven't weighed it, guys, because it is like sort of getting on for quite late now, so we're sort of estimating mid double.
Yeah.
Yep, so what did that feel like? Bit slimy, Jack?
Yep.
Alright, we'll get it back now. Morning, Wayne.
Morning.
What are you doing?
Just changing my batteries in my alarms because one of them keeps bleeping. So I just thought I'd change it and
Not bleeping through having fish on it then?
yeah, Jack had his one in the middle of the night, well at the beginning of the night, and then I lost two in the night, a decent one, snapped me up, and then one, as you know, you come down and help me in the reeds there, but no fish at the end of it.
Right, let's go around and see how the others are doing. Don't break anything, will you?
No.
I'll say that because he already has.
Wanker.
Right,
Morning, Chris.
here we come, back up to Paul's swim. Morning too. Any joy through the night, mate?
Absolutely nothing. A lot of beeps early doors, and then a really good night's sleep, which I kind of needed after the night before. So recast out, baited up again, and just getting the odd little twitch this morning. So
What's that? You are or the rods?
but hopeful of another one today. But Christ, I'm a bit sore after yesterday, back and arms and stuff after that cat. So I'd love another one, and
yeah. Well, at
hopefully
least you're not in team blank like me and Lee.
this time, yeah. This time,
Yeah, there is.
But just beautiful place to wake up to in the morning. And,
Certainly is. And let's have a look at that. Like I say, if you were rocking up here for the first time, it might not look like you've got a lot of water, but
so many options.
But there is a lot of options in this swim.
You could almost, if you, especially with a back lead on as well, you could fish 5 rods out of here to different places.
You could quite easily. There's, like I say, you could put one in the right hand corner there, tip of Christmas Tree Island, tip of the H, inside the H, tip of the H the other side, left side margin. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could fish 6 rods out of this swim to features.
That's a
yeah.
nice little channel up there as well. But might try something up on the surface later on, because it's supposed to be really bright and a bit warmer again today, isn't it? So,
I know. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's horrible over there where I am because I've got no shade all day.
It's a sunblock day, I think, today. But hopefully we'll all have one and successful mission.
Yeah. Well, at least 2 out of 3 people who had never caught cats before have now caught cats. So
no, absolutely lovely to get one, even if you can store one.
it's going in the right direction. Just need lead cat. Personally, because I've caught cats before, I'm not too fussed. But because you 3 guys have come with me, never caught cats before, I'd always like you to have caught cats, and now 2 of you have. So
I reckon it's
just need Lee to up his game. He's slacking.
Well, it's all that snoring, and again last night I thought there was
Yeah.
a timber mill.
I'll tell
on
you
the road.
what, let's go up there now and see if he's got a load of chopped wood outside his bivvy.
I bet he has. I bet he's got a really big stack because he was going 10 to the dozen last night.
I do know I could hear him over there. Right, here we go. Coming round to the lumberjack swim.
That's the one, son. You want some firewood? Come and see me.
Yeah, heard you sawing wood again last night.
Yeah, I was going for it.
And that wasn't a sexual innuendo. So, how's it going to be part of Team Blank?
Blanking. It's like the good old days, isn't it, for me?
Yeah, you've had one good session on Big A's and that's it, now you're back to your...
Blanking, yeah, it's nice. I don't know why. Obviously you're over there, and it just seems this half of the lake is just dead. And that
Well, say this end of the lake, not this half of the lake. Because the guys behind us have had fish now. Wayne's had landed 2, lost another 2 as well. It's definitely got to be, I think, because of the aerator at that end of the lake. The fish are held up round the oxygenated water at that end of the lake, aren't they? It would seem.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, certainly the fish that are feeding, because I know there's fish all around this end, because I was carp watching and cat watching yesterday, but they're just not fit. They're just up this end of the lake. They're
not feeding.
They're not feeding, sunbathing, just not interested. Even when I went onto that little spit of land over there yesterday and sort of basically threw bits of bread on top of their heads, they weren't even looking at it.
I was chucking pop-ups down there because it was all along the reed margin there, and they weren't having none of it at all. They weren't interested. But they've got to feed sometime, haven't they? They've got to switch on, they've got to feed.
So we had a recast this morning.
Yeah, well, instead of having 3 for cats now, I've got 2 for cats. So my right hand rod is over by this light coloured tree down the margin, about half a rod length off. My middle rod now is further past by the reeds. Again, you can probably see the foam. See
What,
my
the
foam?
L shape? Oh.
See, can you zoom in on the foam? Is that foam?
Yep, got it.
Yeah, that's where my middle rod is now, and that's for carp, because that's where predominantly most of the carp have been hanging about.
Yep, it was. That's why I was showing a lot of the carp yesterday.
And I've stuck with my left hand rod going down the channel. I don't know if you can come round. There's an island over there and there's a channel.
Christmas Tree Island, as we're calling it now.
Yeah, and I'm hoping if any cats are going in and out through there, if they are venturing up this way, I'll come across me bait there. So that's me 3 rods. I was trying open water last night. I tried something different. I thought, because I was talking to a bloke that fishes here quite a bit, and he says that give the middle a go. So I did, and I didn't catch nothing. So
Rubbish advice, I'd say.
he shall stay unnamed. Oh. But no, so like I say, you've had nothing, have you?
No, well, I had some liners on all 3 rods last night within about the space of 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can put it down to was that there's a fish out there trailing a rig. Because it was like one rod went, the next one went, and then the next one went. But we're nothing on the end.
No. I'll tell you what I did do last night, what you said.
Oh, I don't want to know about these personal details.
I got my head torch out and put it in the margin, and the little fish went mad.
Yeah.
They go jumping berserk, they go all over the place.
Yeah.
Obviously the light scares them.
You sure it was the light and not you?
Well, possibly. Possibly be me. But no, just to start now, it's the final day, innit? It lasts more or less 24 hours now.
Yeah.
See what happens. At the end of the day, if I blank, then I blank, but it's a lovely lake and I want to come back here again. Stunning place. Probably one of the, if not the best lake I've ever fished. Apart from I can't catch
I think that's probably purely down to the really good looking, great angler that organised this.
Who was that then?
Moi.
Good looking. I suppose you've got to love yourself, Chris, because nobody else does.
I'm going. So I'm back in my swim now. I'm just about to put all 3 rods back out. But before I do, I'll even though I've not caught yet this session. I'll show you how I have been fishing, but if you saw my blog I've done on here last year, or two of my blogs I've done on here last year, I'm fishing exactly the same way, no different. That caught me cats then, so basically that's why I'm fishing the same now, because I knew it would caught me fish then, so there was no need to change. But basically made nice long leaders, about 4.5 foot long, obviously because cats are long, so a long leader in case their long bodies are brushing up against the leader. Running rig, I've just got a small 2-ounce lead there, running long hook length, 35-pound coated braid, coated all the way through including the knotless knot, big size 4 hook, and then quite a long hair between the bait, which is a big 20mm butane pellet tipped with a 18mm pop-up, size 4 hook, and then obviously the hair is supple. And then all I'm doing before I cast it out, getting a bit of rig foam and just sandwiching hook purely for anti-tangle purposes, and that is it. Very, very simple. It's caught for me on 2 previous occasions, 5 cats each time on my last 2 visits here, so there's no need to really change what I'm doing. So the only thing that's not, I'm not catching now is the fish just aren't feeding up this end of the lake. Also, I've shown you that aerator previously in the video, which is right down the other end of the lake, and I just think that the feeding fish are in the more oxygenated water. But anyway, let's get this rod back out, let's get the fishing again. Right, me and Lee were just sat in peg 4 where I am now. We've just sort of met in middle ground, so you could probably in the background we've been watching the Grand Prix on my phone, and Lee's just had his first run. Oh, zooming the wrong way. Shoddy camera work there. Oh, pulls on hand with the landing net. Right, In Lee's swim now.
I wouldn't want to put my hand in it now. Yeah. I think if you look at the line, it's by that second, not the willow tree, the next one along.
Yeah.
If you look at where the line goes in.
How's it going, Lee?
Oh man, I ain't never played anything like this. I can't do anything with this.
It's only 5 minutes into half an hour as well.
You know, I lost that one in the night.
Yeah.
Keir said there's loads in here like that, loads of 30s and 40s. He said there's loads of them.
Give us a smile, Lee.
First ones.
The only thing is, it's sort of gone solid now.
Yours was a big one as well, really.
I don't know if it's caught around something.
No, they just go solid. They can just hold bottom.
It's right in the margins, Chris. I couldn't get it out of the margins.
Right, hopefully, guys, we'll come back to this when it's on the bank.
Or net, Wayne.
Right, and guys, we've unfortunately lost the fish. It's I've had a bit of a comedy moment as well, because Wayne went in from the edges to de-snag the fish. The fish went into the reeds, snagged up. Wayne went to go into de-snag the fish and probably fell in.
Did a bomb.
So it was a bit of a comedy moment, and then the line just went, unfortunately. So what looked like was going to be Lee's first ever catfish, unfortunately, is not to be yet. But it was funny watching Wayne fall in over there.
That made up for it. Watching Wayne fall in.
Oh dear.
Unlucky, mate.
Oh well, mate, it happens.
Spotty dog, I'm impressed with that type thing.
Right then, gang, that's all the rods out for the final evening's fishing. Just topping up the areas with a little bit more bait for going into the night. A small change I've made on one of my rods. Rather than fishing the open water as you've seen up to now, I've changed my right hand rod to down my right hand margin. There's an empty swim between me and Wayne that we've kept empty on purpose so we can spread our rods out. And as you've seen so far, Wayne's caught the most fish this session, so and it's probably by no means a coincidence that his swim is nearest the aerator, so the fish are obviously nearest that end of the lake in the oxygenated water. So I'm thinking if I can change my right hand rod down the right hand side, sort of towards Wayne's area, and then I'm thinking I can pick up fish nearer that oxygenated water that's sort of gently sort of flowing up this way. So that's the only slight change I'm making for the final night's fishing. Apart from that, left rod's staying the same, middle rod's staying the same. So to be fair, I think I'm planning any hopes of catching any fish on this final night on the right hand rod. Like I said, near that more oxygenated water down the right hand side, so time will tell. Fingers crossed for the last night. He's just doing a morning recast. So that pulls up, and as you can see, it's a bit of a misty morning. The sun's already looking bright in the sky, but unfortunately we're down to our last 5 hours of fishing. I'm going to recast my rods just to put some fresh bait on for the last few hours and cross my fingers. Right then, gang, we are down to about the last hour of fishing, and Lee has just had a run. Oh, net 1 per 1. What timing, literally down to the dying. Oh. Literally an hour to go. Fishing in it. Lee finally got one in the literally last hour of fishing. Alright, let's get round there and have a closer look at it. And here we go, gang. Lee has finally found himself a bit of young pussy.
It's only a kitten, but it saves a blank.
And in the
First ever cat, so happy days.
might only be a kitten, but
I think we've got what, about an hour left now?
an hour to go, yeah.
An hour to go.
After 3 days of fishing.
I've had a couple of, it's on the middle rod, casted towards an island over there, and it's the third time it's gone off. And I think I was saying to Paul actually, I said that I think it might be a little kitten, something trying to grab hold of it, because every time it went it would stop. Well, this time it's got hooked, so. But yeah, saves a blank. Happy days, first cat. Could do with one now, about another 30.
About £30 bigger, 20-30 bigger.
But happy days. Right, let's get her back, let's have some
That's it. We've come to the end of our 72-hour session now. Unfortunately for me it's been a blank, but the 3 people who joined me and never caught cats before all caught cats in the end, just about, luckily.
Yeah, that's our.
Wayne didn't want to be in the last vlog, he's behind the camera, so say bye Wayne.
Bye Wayne.
Josh come down for last night as well. Unfortunately we couldn't get Josh a fish on the bank, so never mind. You did get a little go in the vlog though, didn't you, mate?
Yeah.
So Nice to meet you as well, Paul.
Yep. Thank you very much,
Well
Chris.
done on
Really
that,
enjoyed it.
£28 capture.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well done on
Absolutely
your
brilliant.
juvenile pussy.
Thank you.
And well
Cheers,
done,
mate.
Wayne behind the camera.
Thank you very much.
On your double pussy.
Good.
Right then, guys. Next vlog for me is actually going to be next weekend, where it's going to be the annual YouTube Blogger Social down at Willinghurst Fisheries. Never been there before, so something a bit new. And then in 3 weeks' time, we'll be seeing Lee again when we're off to Digger Lakes down in Devon. So, till then, thanks for watching. Tight lines.
So long, guys.
Tight lines.